let's get to some baling here. Stuff actually doesn't look half bad. You know, it's just brown on top, but you flip it up, there's some nice green grass in there. Really doesn't look bad at all, honestly. And it's dry. Finally, maybe something will go our way. Maybe. There's some really ugly weeds in some of this stuff, though, as we work our way to the edge. I'll show you what we're working with here. I don't know what these are. This is the junk. It's really gonna dirty up the bales, but we're gonna get it baled off and be done. Well, the field's all baled. Honestly, this hay doesn't look half bad considering just how junky it was when I mowed it down. I think we had, what, 56 bales on this field, so not too shabby, not too shabby. He was just bush hogging it, so we kind of get to keep this hay for free. He'll take 2 or 3 round bales, and that's all he'll need. Let's take a look at some of this stuff. That looks like decent grass, honestly. Stuff's tight. Thing is, though, if you look at it too closely, you start to realize we got some weeds in here. Especially when you look at this side, you can start seeing some of that. That doesn't come through when you look on the side. I'm just glad this got dry enough to bale. This is 12 acres. I'm gonna go bale another 8. Hopefully start big square baling the new seeding tonight. Hopefully some of the third cut's ready. At least one of the fields, maybe the one at the school will be ready tonight, and my wife can go small square bale that. Maybe my dad can haul wagons, but. Well, we're getting through this. There's the tire for the pickup. See, it's missing. This field is rough too. Lots of fun. Yeah, hopefully my dad can bring the truck out and give me some tools. My wife's gonna drop them off in my truck. We got a lot to get done tonight. Oh, it feels good to get back in some AC. My dad brought the truck out. We got that tire put back on to pick up. We got 32 bales in this field. What was it, 56 in the other? He's gonna take that home. I'm gonna get around him on the road here somewhere. Jeez. And hopefully start big square baling. My wife's getting the kids from her mom. She's watching them up at the fair right now because she got her CDL today, so you can drive school bus. But yeah, hopefully once my dad gets home, my wife will be there and they can hook up the small square baler and go out and start small square baling third cutting. At least the one field. I think the one a little further south maybe got a little bit more rain on it, or some rain on it, while the one to the north didn't get anything. So, well, fingers crossed, we got some dry hay in front of us. It's only a little after, almost 5 o'clock right now. I think we got plenty of time. Hopefully we can get this done. Well, we're pulling down to go try and do some big square baling. Well, there's something cool. That wasn't here this morning. We're gonna start pulling some trees out of here. Nice little paycheck, hopefully. I know some guys who make some pretty good money off of that. We don't have a very large woods, but we'll get a little bit for it. It'll pay for some stone. There you go. There's their skidder. I don't know if they're gonna be starting next week. Today's Thursday. I think he said something about maybe tomorrow or early next week they'll get started and pulling some trees out. And you can see right there, that one's marked. And you can see that one there is marked. So yeah, make a few $1,000s off of that. But I know some guys maybe got 20, 30 acres of woods, might be making close to 30 grand, but we just don't have a lot of mature wood or desirable lumber in this. And you can see we built the drive around some trees, like that one. He'll be taken. That one up there he'll be taken. Otherwise we just been, because there's about 3 or 4 stumps in the driveway. We just cut down as low as we could. We pulled some, but you do what you can. Well, we got the first end row baled off. I can smell the ragweed. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Let's see what we're looking at here. 7, 8. I think we're ready to rock and roll. Let's just keep punching bales out. I want to see what came out of this row right here, and you won't know that until you get all the way up in the bale. And that's the downside. You got to get so much material through these things before you actually get a reading of what's going on. 7, 3. Let's hop up there and see what we're looking at with the more recent stuff that wasn't right along the ditch, which was a finer grass. This is more what we're working with here. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And 12. Let's keep going a little bit and see what it looks like. That might have just been an abnormality. Yeah, I don't know. Well, we're gonna keep bailing, get at least a few bales hauled out. And you can see there's my house. There's my dad with the round baler. He's just pulling in. My wife should be back any minute now with the kids. And they're gonna go off and try and start small square baling, third cutting. And after I probe a few more here and kind of decide what I want to do, I'll either keep baling until this field's done and start the next, or see if the next is ready, or I'll go help them and start hauling wagons, or I don't know. We'll see what happens. Well, it's testing around that like 8, 9, upwards of 14 with a small spot here or there where it's a little higher. So we're just gonna run it, finish this field up unless I see something drastically change. I don't know what that's about. I think we're fine. But as long as I still keep seeing dust, you're probably not gonna see it pick up on the video, but a little dust just poofing up out of the baler every stroke of the plunger, or stuff's getting up into that stuffer. As long as I keep seeing dust, I'm just gonna keep running until this 19 acres here is done. We get all this stuff baled off and over with, and then I can kind of reevaluate and see what the south field looks like. It's a lot thicker, doesn't really have the ragweed in it. Still foxtail, still weeds, nothing too high value, but it might look a little bit better in the bale, not have that ragweed smell. So maybe try to get that, make sure that's really good. We'll store that, and this will probably all just go straight to an auction in the next week or two. So not to say I like putting up junk hay, and I don't think this is bad junk. It's just, could it be better? Maybe a touch, but how many more times do you want to handle it? And I don't think it's going to add any value to the product, and it's going to be for cattle anyways, I assume, whoever buys it. So it's not like it's going to be bad for that application either. So we're gonna keep running. We are up to 8 bales so far. 2 of them were made the other day. Some out of that field, some off of this field. So really only 6 bales so far in this field for the day. So we're moving along. Let's see what we can get done. We got a good chunk left to go. Well, I can tell y'all, in case you're all wondering, unplugging ragweed from the pickup of a baler, that's not fun. Not at all. I would recommend not doing that, plugging the pickup up. Luckily the stuffer wasn't plugged. At least I don't think it is. I think we're fine. It was just plugged up and wouldn't feed in, so I don't know. It's the second time I've had to get out and do that. But there ain't a whole lot left, like 6 or 7 rows. We got that whole side of the field done. Yep, not a lot left. I don't know if you can see down there. Probably not now that I zoomed in. My wife's heading out to the field. She's got the small square baler and 2 kick racks. My dad's gonna follow her out with another set of wagons. I'm gonna keep chugging along here. I need to clean my window, I guess. I don't know if we're going to get to that south field tonight or not. I mean, I got plenty of daylight, but this stuff being a little questionable and being thinner, I think that being thicker, it may not go. But I might be surprised. Well, there you have it. If you can see through my dirty window, the field is done. And 33 bales on the counter. The 1 bale's out of that field because I did bale 1 end row off when I tried this the other night. So technically 32 bales off of this field. Not too shabby. There's a lot more in that south field. This 19 acres, you can see we got a nice stand. Look how pretty that grass looks there. Beautiful, beautiful. Really liking this. 19 acres here. We'll cross over into the next field, see if that's dry to start running. That's 22 acres, give or take. I mean, it's 42 total between both of them, but the ditch takes some out, and yeah. Either way, we've got a pretty good stand underneath here. Let's just hope we can keep it going. Well, around here, we don't let any acre go to waste. This is our crossover to get over the ditch. We're farming it. Well, here's some nice third cutting, and looks can be deceiving. It may look brown. That's because it is. Look inside there. That's green. That's soft, leafy. I think it's gonna need flip tomorrow if we're gonna try and bale. Oh, that's nice. That's the goal, if we can get it baled looking like that. Well, driving around picking up some bales. We just baled the end rows off of this, the south field. So it'll be easier to rake if we need to rake it. And I think I did a pretty decent job of working this ground because it's pretty smooth and we're going 9.2 mile an hour. I don't know, maybe we could try pushing it faster. This is plenty fast for what we're doing, just picking up bales. Yeah, nice sunset. Just gonna haul home about 10 at a time. There's about 39 here. Don't want to overload it, so we can still get through that the mud. We just had the small trailer on the newer truck with the 4-wheel drive. But that's a dually, so it spins out really easily unless you put it in 4-wheel drive. But I figured I didn't want to bring the whole gooseneck because it is kind of a tighter corner. and that trailer is mighty big. So there's the joystick to run the loader right there, and there's the monitor. So what I do when we're baling, we flip that right there so I can watch everything, and then we're doing loader work, just flip it right out of the way. It works pretty well. So yep, that's what we're doing tonight. Got 2 bales on, time for the long drive back to the truck. It's in the north field on the other side of the crossover. There wasn't a good place to load out here without just driving over all sorts of windrows. I think there's only 8 or 9 bales in this field, out of the 39. We got 32 bales on the north field. One got dropped here, just how I baled a couple and then just happened to be where they dropped in this field. But the north field did make 32 bales. I'm figuring this field will do anywhere from 50 to 60 is my guess, being a couple acres bigger and a whole lot thicker. It might even do 70 bales. I don't know. Hopefully get it dry, because some of this stuff's a bit iffy. I don't know. That's why we're just hauling it home, getting it off. There you go. Clean end rows. Now it's just gotta get the crap dry. I don't know, with the county fair, we're gonna worry about raking the third cut tomorrow. My wife will do that. I gotta go to work, mow some cemeteries. Like I said, this is I did put my notice in, so I'll be there till whenever they find someone, or the end of the year, or maybe even if I have to, I'll stay on till May of next year. Yeah, they know I'm gonna be leaving and trying to farm full time, so yeah, so that'll make things a lot nicer. But I do gotta go to work tomorrow. My wife's gonna have to take a drug test for her CDL or bus driving or whatever. I don't know if that's for the school or for the CDL. Either way, she didn't pass her test today, so she'll be a bus driver at the school here this year, and she's got to do that in the morning, and then she's going to probably start raking over the third cut with the pickup truck and bar rake. I got to get a new tire put on that bar rake, because that one's flaking off. It needs a tire bad. But I'm going to have to just tell her to go out there and rake until the tire falls off, or, you know, off the rim, and then we'll have a spare 6-lug in the bed she can slap on it and go from there. I can get all her money's worth out of it, but hopefully she can get that stuff flipped over. I'm not going to mess with any of this until maybe Saturday, flip it over and try to bail on Sunday. I don't know. With the county fair, I'd like to spend some time up there, talk to some folks, and relax and enjoy some of that. And this isn't super high value stuff, so there's no sense in killing ourselves and pushing through all this. And let's just get it dry and take our time with it. There's no rain until Tuesday, so we have time. Truck pulls are tomorrow night. That's Friday. Tonight's a cheerleading contest. I wasn't too worried about getting up for that, you know. Hog shows today. I don't know what's tomorrow. Rabbit show and goats, I think. I don't know what shows. I think Monday is the cattle show. But concerts Monday night, but they got tractor pulls Saturday night. The parade's on Sunday. Like I said, concert Monday, and then horse racing. That's Tuesday, Wednesday, demolition derby on Thursday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm not in a big rush to get up there either. So, yep, let's put these bales on the trailer. So like I said, we got the panel hitch trailer. It's only 20 feet long. Like I said, I think it'll make it easier getting out. Well, we're about to take the first load home, and just as a precaution, I'm going to throw it in 4-low, because I know how bad this is. Oh, probably ought to put it in drive. That would help if we want to move. I don't know if you can see back there. We got 2 stacks of 5, so 10 bales, 39 bales. It'll take 4 trips to get home. Here goes nothing, I guess. I mean, it's a dually, so this thing will spin out in wet grass, and it's already spun out in this one. I've been getting my 2-wheel drive V6 half-ton through it. This truck, if you don't have it in 4-wheel drive, it'll get stuck, unless you really have some speed. But we'll take it nice and easy. Jeez. I think we'll be okay. I hope. Well, maybe low and slow wasn't the answer. Maybe I should put it in 4 high and just gunned it. I don't think we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna have to pull it back, and then I'm gonna try it one more time, and if I get stuck again, I'm just gonna say hell with it. We'll have to pull a wagon out here and just make trips back and forth with the tractor. I suppose that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I don't know if this will work, but we're gonna try. Otherwise, I'll just pull her back out and we'll hit it faster and try it that way. Otherwise, then we'll unload them and bring a wagon out here. Ooh, I don't like it. I'm just pushing the bales. I think it's working. I think. We're moving. There she goes. I just don't want to destroy these bales, but, or anything else, I guess, for that matter. Yeah, we ain't bringing this truck and trailer back out here. Well, something's happening. It's moving. I don't know if any of this is a good idea. I see bales about to fall. Well, that wasn't really fun. Oh gosh. Yeah, that truck's not coming back out here. We got it all sorts of cattywampus. Now I bent the ramp pushing on it, bent it back out by pulling back on it, so that wasn't too bad. I just hooked it back with that and pulled it back towards me to straighten it. We got the bales all cattywampus on the back now. Mainly got to make it a little ways home. If they fall off, I guess I'll just pick them up and take them home with the tractor, I suppose. Ain't the end of the world. But no, this is not ideal, I guess. It needs more stone. You can see it's just a muddy mess when you get back there. There's stone underneath, but obviously not enough. There's where we're storing the manure spreader. But then you get up to about this point and the stone's pretty good. We got a nice base. It doesn't look very good now that it's dark. So you can see, beautiful driveway. I don't know if you can tell. The bales are not square on the trailer anymore. We got her out and I didn't have to pull it back with a chain and get all muddy and nasty. We got to stay out of the mud, at least for now. I'm just ready to get more stone hauled in here and finish this driveway once and for all. But I want it to be about 20 feet wide. In this area, we're probably around 15-ish. Maybe, give or take, maybe a little wider, but I want to get the whole driveway at least a good 20 feet. So, we'll get some logging done, get some stuff out of our way maybe. I mean, some of that's just we cleared. Hopefully he'll take some of it, I don't know. There's a tree we pulled out because we thought he might want. So, yep. I guess nothing good ever comes easy. We're getting her done. Well, this just goes to show when plan A doesn't work. And plan B also doesn't work. And plan C fails miserably as well. At least have a plan D or E you can fall back on. I can't get my other flat rack out because we got it kind of buried in the one rental barn. We put support up, or my dad did the one day. What do you want to call it? A basement support or something under one of the joists of a mow. And that kind of blocked in that other wagon. It's only a 14-footer, so probably wouldn't have done us a whole lot of good. My plan is eventually on that wagon to extend it out like I did this one and make it an 18 or 24-footer or something. This is an 18-footer by 8. Yeah, so we're just gonna do this. Let's see if it goes a little smoother this time, bringing 10 bales back. I don't know, this isn't the best wagon out there, you know. It's an old Oliver running gear. Probably should. Let's turn on front wheel assist. Just take it nice and easy. It'd be nice if I had like a Corey gear or what's some of the nicer ones? Kilbro or something? It'll work, I hope. Well, this is the last load leaving the field now. 9 bales in this one, so 4 in the front, 5 in the back. It's probably 12:30 or so in the morning. Gonna get these unloaded, bring this truck and wagon back, or tractor wagon back out, just park it in the lane and then take my pickup home. I don't know how much more I'll do. I might end up changing the tire on the rake tonight if I got a spare. I think I have a spare, so I think we might end up doing that. Maybe get the trailer unhooked from the other truck, because I'll be using the other truck to haul wagons tomorrow for small square baling. I mean, I could use a half ton to haul wagons, it'd be fine, but right now it doesn't start. Well, it starts if you jump it, but I think the battery's toast. Fueled up a couple tractors in a row about a week ago, and then the battery died, and it just won't start anymore without jumping it. I mean, we have a jump pack, so it's pretty quick and easy, but it's just another step. And I have a truck that'll just start with a key. I'd rather just do that, I suppose. But we'll probably end up raking with the half ton, just since we have tools and whatnot in there if we need anything. Not that we have many issues with the rake, but it's nice to have, I guess. But yeah, let's get these unloaded and putting them in one big stack there in the yard. Probably end up hauling at least 20 or so to auction Saturday morning. The auction's Monday at noon. I don't know. Still figuring things out. Every time I think I kind of got a plan, it switches up and changes as the variables get tossed my way. But this is it. 19 acres done. We got 22 acres in the back to finish baling, picking up. I'd say we got a couple acres of that already baled with the end rows off. So today's total would be, just give or take, we got maybe 22 acres of new seeding baled and hauled and stacked, and another 20 acres, give or take, of first cutting, if you want to call it that. both fields are pretty much just volunteer, whatever grew up. One was a row crop field. The other one possibly was a row crop field, but it's been 2 years where it's just been kind of grass and some white clover. But this year is really weedy. But both, that's 20 acres there, 12 acre and 8 acre, both very, very rough fields. So I really like my new seeding because it is pretty smooth. I do enjoy that. But no, we're getting through some things here, and that was 88 round bales made between those two fields and 39 big squares on this. So, you know, that's pushing 100 and, 127? I don't know if I'm doing the math right in my head, something like that. 127 bales on the day, larger, big bales, whatever you want to call them. We should throw 4-wheel drive on. We're getting into the mud. So, yeah, good productive day. Hopefully tomorrow's good. Get our third cut raked and all baled up, and I'd be just peachy. Real happy if we can get all that rolled up and done, and my custom work done tomorrow. Want to get up early and take the round baler out there. It's going to be a good hour 15 in the tractor to get there. It's 18 miles, I'm guessing, give or take. And then mow the 5 acres, 6 acres of cemetery I got to mow tomorrow, give or take, and eat lunch and then head back up to that field to round bale that custom work while my wife hopefully finishes up flipping over the third cutting, and we'll just kind of see where the day takes us after that. I know it'll be a few hours for me to get everything baled, but I really want to push through this third cut, get after it hard and fast, and knock it out, and be able to go up to the fair and enjoy some company of some really great folks, catch up with a lot of people we only see one time a year at the fair. You know, we live in the same county. Well, I guess I don't live in the county we're going to. We're not even a mile into the county that's neighboring the fair that we're going to, and that's the fair we grew up. Me and my wife kind of met through that fair, so really like being up there. A lot of great folks, and anybody who goes to their county fair, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I just wish things kind of kept to the schedule I wanted, and we'd be wrapping up tonight, and you know, we'd have no issues. But now we're bailing on days I really didn't want to be bailing on. But you know, this is what pays the bills. You know, this is the long-term game we're trying to play here, and if we really want to make this thing work long-term, this is the sacrifices we're gonna have to make. And it's not big. I mean, it's just the county fair. You know, it is what it is. It'll be there next year. But, you know, at some point you got to kind of draw a line in the sand and be like, you know, family time and relaxation's worth something, and we don't go out and do much, you know, once hay season starts. And not that we do many vacations, period, but we don't go camping. We don't go to the lake. At least I don't. My wife might go up to the lake. Grandfather lives on the lake, so she might go up there and see him a couple times in the summer. But once hay season starts, I'm home, and that's what we focus on. And, yeah, maybe it's not the healthiest lifestyle, but it is what it is, and I enjoy it for the most part. Have some really frustrating days, some days that really just plain suck. To be completely honest, some of the worst days of my life happened farming, and I don't know if a lot of folks say that, but yeah, absolutely. I've had some really just garbage days where everything's gone to hell in a handbasket, and it's hard to kind of look past some of that on those days when, you know, you got what you feel like is everything catastrophe. You know, if it's not one thing, it's another. But also some of my proudest moments, and definitely some of my proudest moments outside of, you know, getting married, having kids, and those great things have come from the accomplishments I've had on the farm. And it's just, there's so many things to take pride in and look forward to, and a reason to get out of bed. And anybody who's been around older folks, you know, that retired and they go decline rapidly, you know, it's just, you don't have that purpose anymore. You get out of bed, and I think that's kind of the main thing missing from a lot of folks here in this country. You know, you have that mental health crisis and all these things, and I'm not trying to bash on no one, you know, if you need help, get help. But man, I think the biggest issue out there is, you know, you need a purpose, and this is it for me. You know, this is what I like doing, and it gives me a reason to get up and do something, and I really do love it most days, you know. Even on the really bad days, it's, you know, except for the really bad ones, just the regular bad ones, I guess. I'd still rather be here farming than working for someone else, I guess, for the most part. Turn 4-wheel drive off, and we'll take this home, get it unloaded. But yeah, I guess that's my little rant. If you stuck along, hear it out, I guess. Thanks for watching, and I'll show you all what we're gonna do the rest of the night, and if we don't do anything else, this will be where the video ends, and I'll have to make another one, because I'm sure I got plenty of footage to finish out a video here. But yeah, there we go. Last of the big squares we have on the ground, and we'll get back with you in the next video. Thanks. It's mighty loud out here in the woods. Crickets, birds. Kind of peaceful. I guess that's a full moon, but yeah, I don't know if the sound's picking up on any of that. It's loud out here. Here's the jump pack. Yeah. So that's how we're gonna start the truck. Well, here goes nothing. I think this plan will work a little better. I am not taking the truck back there again. Not till we get some more stone down. Well, here you go. There's the wagon. I was just stacking it there and we'll tarp it. So yeah, not a very far drive. Oh man, it's about midnight now. I got one more load left to get and we'll be done. Well, fueling up the tractor. I'm gonna get a roll of nut wrap, throw that in, because we got a fairly full one in, but I think I only got maybe 120 bales left on that. I don't know if I'll need it. There's our other roll, so I'm gonna grab that. See if we got a spare. That ain't holding there. See, that's a nice tire, but I don't want an implement tire. Oh yeah. 6 lug. That'll work. I'll throw that on for my wife before tomorrow. But in the meantime, we need to grab this nut wrap. So looks like the dogs got into the cat food. There we go. Let's throw that in the baler then. Oh, nut wrap's in. Just got to shut it up. Get those latches. It's hard doing this one-handed. There we go. There's one. There's the other. All right. Let's see where she's at on fuel. We'll hook the rake up to the truck, so that's ready for my wife. Make sure we even have fuel. Oh. Gosh, well that's a lot better. The hose was kinked that whole time. I should have checked right away. I know better. Yeah, she's taking some. We're all right now. Alrighty. Well, there's the rake. Skid steer's home, ready to move some bales. Over here, I'll show you some round bales we got. This is straw. I think we got at least 3 loads left here. We're gonna haul another 30 out before Monday morning. Another 30 midweek or before the following Monday. I want to haul 30 bales a week to auction. I just got off phone with someone tonight that I'm custom baling for tomorrow. I think he wants at least 30, if not 60. And we still have 256 in one field and 37 in another field to pick up, plus these. That's what we have for inventory of round bales of straw. Honestly, it's held together pretty well in these, but you'll see, you can't see now because they're stacked. But when I pull these off, you'll see a bit of mold where the bales are touching, but they do shed water pretty good, honestly. I mean, this stuff looks like the day it got baled. It's straw. It is what it is. Well, new tire's on. It doesn't match the rest of the rake, so that's unfortunate. Oh well. I think we got all the good out of this tire we're gonna get. It was holding air though. It was holding air, still is. But I don't think we want to keep using it. I'll throw that in the bed, so if something does happen, oh geez, to either of these, I guess, hopefully not. She can throw that one on just to limp along, but I don't think she'll need it. There you go. I fixed this bar rake up. This thing was, you couldn't even tell what brand it was when I bought it. The only thing, I don't know where it's at. There's a tag on there that says Oliver. I was able to find out it was an Oliver. Paid 350 bucks for it. Wire wheeled the whole thing, painted it up, repacked some bearings, and sealed the gearbox. Well, the gearbox leaks oil again, and one of the slip clutches or overrunning clutches gave out, so it's been welded. Both are welded now. One was already welded, but oh well. Nice rake though, seems to get the job done. Well, thanks for watching. If you stuck along this far into the video, I do appreciate it. If there's anything you want to see, just let me know. I know you can't really see much in here, but I'm standing in front of the big square bales, stacked 4 high. All I got to do left is unhook a trailer off the white truck, because I'll take that to work tomorrow. My wife will have her car for some run around, and then she can take the truck out to go rake. So thanks for sticking along, and hope to see you in the next one.